good evening, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to those of you who are returning and all my newcomers. I'm happy to have you here on Positivity in Motion. I am Victoria, and I share tips with you weekly on things and ideas that I think will help kickstart you into having a fantastic week. So I'm glad you're here. I'm looking forward to covering the topic tonight of marriage. I was asked to cover that, and I'm going to do a little brief covering on that. But what's most important to me and what I share is that I'm sharing interests based on what you would like to have more information on. I'm not boasting or bragging, of course, I'm not, but I do have a wealth of knowledge based on my life experiences that I would like to share with you all and hopefully help you have a better path on this life journey than maybe what I had. So feel free to leave comments in the comment section. Positive comments, of course, because this is positivity in motion and that's what I believe in. And of course, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you hear something that interests you, please feel free to pass it on to others. Like I said, tonight I'm going to be talking about marriage. Of course, been there, done that. What I hope, though, is that I'll say something that maybe you can glean something from in your marriage that might help you be able to sustain and continue in that particular commitment. Also, I hope you stay to the end because I'll be sharing some affirmations that you can say that hopefully will help strengthen your relationship. So, let's dive into this discussion. Now, marriage, from my perspective, is when two adults decide to live together and take care of each other for the rest of their lives. It's kind of like making a unique promise to love and support each other forever. When you say that forever term, some people are like, well, that's not me. I'm not interested in taking care of nobody forever and ever. No, I don't think I can have one partner like that. If that's the case, then I think that a good game strategy for you would be to stay single because that is the crust of marriage, is deciding that you, Mr. Man or Miss Lady, are the person that I feel that I can build a life with, and I am willing to be in a committal relationship with you and no one else. So that scratches all of that infidelity and a lot of other stuff that go on. If that's what you think you want to do, then you need to stay single. Also, everyone does not have the same idea or reasons for getting married. Unfortunately, that is true. Some may be marrying for love and their partner may be marrying for the money. Some may be marrying for love and the other one might be marrying for the looks. So we don't always all have the same idea of what we're going to be looking for in this thing that we call marriage. And that's why it is crucial to discover issues and concerns during the dating period, during the dating process. And of course, dating is a whole nother animal. In my experience, though, some of the common concerns that I think we face in our marriages would be communication, intimacy, and financial matters. That's just some of the ones that couples face. Now, these differences, though, often lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and challenges in maintaining a strong, healthy relationship. I think one of the most important ones, though, is the communication piece. Communication, mutual respect, and understanding are essential in addressing issues and then finding solutions that help both partners. I'm not saying, though, that in every disagreement or whatever you want to call it, that both partners are always going to be 100%. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that most of the communication should be where both parties feel good about the end result. Now, this is another common misconception about marriage that a lot of us have, and that is that marriage revolves around unrealistic expectations, whether it's the constant need or thinking that it's going to be constant romance, unending happiness, and effortless, perfect people, we're taking two different people from two different backgrounds, putting them in the same home and expecting everything to work out. No, it doesn't work that easy, but it can work. Many also believe marriage will magically solve personal issues or provide complete fulfillment. That's not true either. A lot of times, if we have baggage before the marriage and we don't take care of it, we bring that baggage into the marriage, which can sometimes complicate the marriage itself. I really have a dry mouth tonight. I don't know why, so bear with me. Um, there can be the misconception also that once married, partners no longer need to work on the relationship or try to keep it strong. And that's a serious misconception. I would say that once you are married, it is even more important that you work hard to keep the relationship strong. It's essential too that we recognize marriage requires ongoing effort, commitment, and open communication to thrive. You're not going to be able to get around that. And this continuous effort is not a burden, but it's a commitment to the relationship and the strength of the relationship. So, those are some of the common misconceptions. Marriage is not always cotton candy and poppy seeds. It's not. Marriage is very serious and it's very difficult. But I do believe that when two people are working together, they can make it work because they're there to strengthen each other and to strengthen the bond and the marriage itself. Of course, we know that any problem in life can be very challenging, but especially in marriage because you're dealing with two people versus being on a single path and only having to deal with your own baggage. So it's essential that we express and not ignore concerns or problems. It's easy to get conditioned and feel that we have to shut down, but that's not always a good choice. Sometimes it may, but it's not always a good choice. One of the first steps is to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. That's one of the first steps. You should be able to express your feelings and concerns while also being a good listener to try to understand your partner's perspective and to work towards finding solutions. A lot of times in marriages, one partner or the other or have been expressing their concerns, but the other partner is not listening. We get complacent and we get comfortable and we think that we know what's best. And instead of listening to make corrections, we put up a shield and close people out. And that's not always a good choice. I would say you should be able to be yourself with your partner. However, if you're not able to, if these barriers can't be broken through your own individual and personal, attempts, you must try to seek help professionally. You should not shy away from that. A lot of times when we want to seek help, we are at the end versus when we notice going into this situation 2 or 3 years that there are issues trying to be discussed and we're shutting down. We need to address those issues immediately. And if it takes, professional help with therapists or marriage counselors, then that's what we need to do. We must also be willing to make compromises and show empathy towards our partner. It's important that both individuals in the marriage have their own perspective and their own needs. Hopefully, they can communicate those because we're two separate individuals. I have and know what's important to me, just like you know what's important to you. And we communicate to come to a common ground. And finding that common ground, trying to meet each other halfway, is crucial in resolving conflict. It's also important, I think, that we take care of ourselves individually. Yeah, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to get our proper rest, try to eat well, try to exercise so that we are mentally and physically sharp. We need to engage in self care activities, maintain our interests, and seek support as needed if that support is needed. But one of the best things and one of the most powerful things that I can say, it's important to recognize early on that marriage requires ongoing effort and commitment. Commitment to working through the challenges together. And with patience, understanding, and willingness to address issues, you can overcome difficulties and strengthen your relationship. It's also important to know that your partner is your best choice. When you have issues that come up, hopefully you have open communication and you can speak with your partner about those things and try to come to a common ground instead of inviting outside sources. A lot of times when we invite outside forces, they have their own opinion of what our relationship could look like when they may not be on point. Another reason why seeking professional help, if needed, is important as well early on. But just remember, when you say I do, it doesn't mean I don't. It means I will. I will continue to try to be the best me that I can be. I will continue to be supportive of my partner. And with that, let's get into some affirmations for the week. Now, remember, affirmations are positive words that you say over and over to yourself, trying to reprogram your subconscious mind so that it works for you and not against you. So, affirmations for this week, I have 5. 1, I am committed to open and honest communication with my spouse. Say that. Number 2, I will prioritize quality time with my spouse to strengthen our bond. So important. Number 3, I am dedicated to supporting and encouraging my spouse in their personal and professional endeavors. Number 4, I express gratitude and appreciation for my spouse regularly. And finally, number 5, I believe in working with my spouse to overcome challenges and build a healthy marriage. Practice going over those 5 affirmations throughout the day, frequently throughout the day. And also go on Google or YouTube and find your own. We have to feed our mind positivity in order to have positive results, and that include in our marriages. Our spouse is the most important person next to God in our life. And that person that you said I do to, they haven't changed. That person is still somewhere inside, but for whatever reason, they have been locked down and bound through circumstances that happen within the marriages, I think, with lack of communication. So, although sometimes the communication might be hard and difficult, it's something that we must do in order to thrive within our marriages and in our relationships. So, I hope you've taken something this week from this session on marriage. It was brief. Trust me, after having been married 34 years and then divorcing, I have a lot that I can share. So, find time to put your questions in the comment section. And again, like and subscribe and forward anything that you hear on to friends. I hope you wake up every day this morning, this week, and this morning, in the morning, knowing that you are unique. There is but one you. There will never be a duplicate or no one like you. Be proud of who you are. Learn how to communicate effectively. Look in the mirror, give yourself a big hug, and say, I love you. Have a fantastic week. Positivity signing out. Peace.